It's another video from Gweilo 60. Tonight, Wei Fong
Hi.
and me are going to a Korean barbecue hot pot, all you can eat, all the beer you can drink for 58 RMB. And for all you Canadians, that's about $11.50. So just think, all the beer you can drink for $11.50, this place would go bankrupt in the first night in Canada because everybody would be there. We're not just going there for the barbecue. We're going to be discussing tonight what we're going to be doing over the next 6 months to a year. Are we going to be staying in China, or are we going to go to Vancouver Island and then maybe to Arizona? We're not sure, so that's a discussion for this evening. We'll see where it goes. We don't have a clue what we're going to be what we're going to be doing in the next 6 months. So Wei Fong just went to get more food, but this is our table. You can see the Korean barbecue with octopus and smoked meat, chicken, whatever. They've got lots of different meats here. And then you got a hot pot over there with vegetables, and she put in some duck blood and, you know, stuff that only Chinese will eat. But, you know, it's, oh, and did I mention the beer is free? 58 RMB, all you can eat, all you can drink, Korean barbecue and hot pot here in Nanning City, China. Gotta love it. So as I said in the retirement video, you never retire just to one place. So we're deciding what we're going to be doing over the next 6 to 12 months, whether we're going to stay in China or we're going to go to Vancouver Island and maybe Arizona next winter. We're not quite sure. So tonight it's Wei Fong and me out on a Korean barbecue and hot pot, deciding what we're going to do for our next year. We could decide something and then change it 4 months from now, but that's part of being retired. I think we should stay in China for another 2 months and then go to Vancouver Island for the summertime. Drum roll. What does Wei Fong think?
I don't know.
That's just it. You see, she's not happy here, and then all she says is, I don't know. Then it's left up to me to make the decisions, and if I make the wrong decision, then she's not happy. I need help. Somebody out there can give me a hint on how to deal with this. So as always, it's hard to get Wei Fong to try to make a decision on what she wants to do. And she says, oh, I don't know, I'll leave it up to you. Well, you can't just, it's got to be a two-way street. Any relationship does. So tonight is my night to try to get it out of her, to see what she wants to do over the next 6 months to a year. She's sort of bored in China, and I can understand that because, you know, she grew up here and she knows China better than, well, better than I do. So the thing is that I find it adventurous and exciting. She finds it mundane and boring because she's Chinese. She grew up in Nanning City. She's seen it all before. So she's just too polite to say, let's go back to Canada. So maybe that's a decision I'll make. I don't know. Let's see how the night progresses. They've got this smoked meat that is just like amazing. It's like better than a hickory smoked bacon. I don't know. It reminds me of canned hides back in the Hudson Bay Company and Central Avenue in Prince Albert. The smell when you walked in the door smells exactly like this meat. Man, is it ever good. Oh, oh, oh. And yes, we're still cooking. And it's an hour later, and we're 2.5 beers down, and we're just getting started. And for $11.50 Canadian, life is good in China. But I have to explain this to Wei Fong, and she has to understand it. Or, no more China for Kirk for a year. And yes, we're still here eating and drinking, of course. And we've come to the conclusion that there is no quiet restaurants in China. People talk loud. Well, I guess they have to because there's so many people talking loud. So if you don't talk loud, nobody can hear you. Oh, yeah. It's nuts here. But as you can see, we're still cooking, drinking, and eating, and discussing our futures. But Wei Fong still hasn't made a decision. So I'm gonna have another beer and we're gonna discuss it more. So we've come to a conclusion that there is no conclusion. There's certain things about China that we like, and there's certain things about Canada that we like. And you know, it's sort of a 50-50 split. You know, in Canada the air is clean, there's less people, free health care. In China, we have family and friends here. Wei Fong has family. I have family in Canada, so that's a good thing for me. You know, back in Canada. But Wei Fong has family and she has friends. Things are less expensive here. You can't go out. Okay, figure this out. $11.50 for all you can eat and all you can drink. That beer fridge would have to be filled up in Canada. With this many university students in there, they'd need a beer the size of this restaurant. But here, there's just a little beer fridge, and all of the kids aren't drinking beer. They're drinking water, pop, tea. Cultural difference, I tell you. So you see, that's a plus for China, not a plus for Canada. You know, so we're still sitting here, and we're about an hour and a half into our discussion, and we're still discussing, and we haven't even got close to a conclusion yet. But we will sooner or later, whether it's today or tomorrow or a month from now. We'll decide what we're going to do. And then there's a boredom factor in Canada, where here there's always something to do. Look outside the window. You're not going to see that on Vancouver Island, you know what I mean? So we're so used to the hustle and bustle of a 7 million person city. How are we going to live in a small community of 85,000 people in Nanaimo, Canada? Beautiful, fresh air, ocean, just like probably the most picturesque place in this world, but boring. The longer we discuss where we should be over the next, yes, I've been drinking, over the next 6 to 12 months, I asked Wei Fong to go get me a beer, and she come back with hot water. See? Smile. Now I gotta go get my own beer because that's just the way it is. I'll be back just a minute. And in conclusion, a Korean barbecue and hot pot, all you can eat. We're winding down now because I'm still eating, but Wei Fong isn't because she's had it up. And how many dead soldiers? Well, there's only five dead soldiers and one on the way. Keep in mind, I'm not done yet. Until they got a 2 hour, they got a sign on the wall, 2 hour limit. We've been here 2 hours and 20 minutes. I just think that the sign is like a no smoking sign in a restaurant where everybody smokes. This is China. I don't believe signs. So I think we've decided that we're going to go back to Canada, and that's just the way it is. We're going to spend some time maybe traveling, visiting some family in Canada. Maybe go down to Arizona for a month before we go visit family. We're not quite sure, but we need a change, so we're going to get on a jet and go play in a different part of the world. Is that okay with you? Again, So that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Thanks for watching. Bye now. I don't know. Is that all you could say? Is I don't know?
Yeah.
变得怎么样？只要有你就会是天堂。小孩子依赖着肩膀，像眼泪依赖着脸庞，你就像天使一样，给我依赖，给我力量，像诗人依赖着月亮，小孩子依赖海洋，你是天使，你是天使，你是我最初和最后的天堂。像孩子依赖着肩膀，像眼泪依赖着脸庞，你就像天使一样，给我依赖，给我力量，像诗人依赖着月亮，像海豚依赖海洋，你是天使，你是天使，你是我最初和最高的天堂。谢谢。
好。
OK。